All right. Welcome, guys. My name is Ron Gielach, and I am going to talk to you about today 18 ways to increase retention in your network marketing business. I'm really excited for this presentation, and I've talked with one of my sponsors, one of my old mentors, about this topic, and I've been in the industry since 2009 and experienced retention issues in several different companies, and have a lot of solutions to fix these issues and increase your retention so your organization keeps growing healthy. So let's go ahead and dive in. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot that one was a video. So why listen? Guys, my name is Ron Gielach, and I am the owner of Christ-Centered Coaching. I own it's an online marketing company that we help Christian entrepreneurs and business owners grow their online presence and glorify God in the process. A lot of our clients come to us inside of the network marketing and the home-based business niche as well. So during this process of coaching and being a top earner myself, I've helped others create six-figure businesses. If you're familiar with My Lead System Pro, I'm one of the top leaders in that company. I'm an L5 L5 level member, and I also sit on the company advisory board on the master marketers team. Myself, like I said before, I've been in the industry since 2009, and in several different companies. I've been a top recruiter, a top sales person, and I am very proud of that, very grateful to that as well. For the past couple years, I've been a licensed minister through Covenant Ministries International, so I take a lot of time in implementing biblical principles into my trainings and how I do business as well. So that will be just an added benefit if you're watching this training today. I'm also Infusionsoft and digital marketing partner, certified partner with both of those companies. I spent a lot of time investing in myself and learning how to market online and how to create systems for multiple kinds of businesses, my favorite of which being a home business and network marketing. So let's jump right in. Number one, I'm going to give you at least 18 ways to increase your retention today. And number one is stop the hype. Whenever you enroll somebody, enrolling someone based on hype or other people's income claims creates false expectations. And when you come in based on hype, you always have to kind of keep that up, right? It's just always hype, and it's not how you start any other business. Like if you're going to go start a real estate company or an online business, or let's say you're going to start a soda making company, you don't start any of those businesses based on hype or how easy it is to get in, right? That's amateur. So stop the hype. Do not constantly enroll just based on that concept. All right, this is big. Celebrate wins. Okay, celebrate wins of your team members. Slow wins and fast breaks. So why do I say the slow wins? Okay, so there's a lot of people in your organization that don't have results, don't have the success they want. They've been prospecting, they've been getting people in front of a presentation, and they've had low numbers of people join, or maybe none at all. So when you publicly praise some of the people that say they came in their first week, they enrolled 10 people, like that's pretty good. But what it also does is it creates more frustration for your existing team members, the people that have been there 6, 10, 12, maybe even longer months, and have yet to enroll a first distributor and are not seeing results, right? So celebrate those fast breaks and those fast things as well. It's always good to do that. But what I get more excited about, and I think it's better for retention, is celebrating the slow wins. Somebody that has been in the business for 6 months, hasn't had any kind of a success, went to a Super Saturday or an event or watched a specific training, something like that, and then started experiencing results is really, really key to increasing your retention, because then it shows all the other people, and this is the majority of the people on our team. If we look at how our teams are split up, I break them up by a 70-20-10 production kind of model as well. But if we looked at the 70% of people that don't have a lot of results, this is encouraging to them, and it's going to get some of them off the fence. Seeing people that haven't had results, haven't had success, are now experiencing results, that builds belief. It says, oh, I can do it too. But only celebrating the fast wins and the people that are really, really good at network marketing naturally are going to create frustration for the rest of your other team. So speaking of results and different types of people, that 70, 20, 10, I want to talk about result differentiation. Now, my sponsor, my first company, and myself were like this way too, where we were just super alpha, thinking that everybody wanted to build $1 million business, and it was just all about creating as many distributors as we could, and creating those income streams, creating those products, product lines, and moving as fast as we can, right? But not everybody is like that. Not everybody wants to make the big money in network marketing. Some people just want to make a few $100, pay for their utility bills, and they're happy with that. They don't want to be the person on stage, who's doing the training. They don't want to be the person in the video, in the testimonial video, none of those things, right? Not everybody has great goals of financial freedom and all these like mega things, right? Some people just want to come around the campfire. They just want to be around you and your team because they like the way they feel about themselves when they're with you. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody needs a sense of community. And if they're getting it by being part of their team, by being part of your team, that's okay. That's great. You never know when that person might decide to produce as well. And there's value by having people who are support people to others inside of your team. So you want to just know what kind of results is each distributor, is each person, each one of your personals at least, looking for, and not coach the person who just wants to go on the trips or just wants to use the product. Like, don't coach them to talk to 50 people this month, right? They're not going to do it. And if they think that's what they have to do to be part of your team and be in this company, they're going to quit and they're going to leave, and you're not going to retain them as a distributor. So recognize where people are and coach them based on the result and the desired outcome that they're looking to get. So this is called result differentiation. You want to just know what's the result they want and coach and lead people in the way that they want to go. Okay. This is a big one that I try to eliminate as much as possible. And I just thought this picture was pretty funny with Neil Patrick Harris. I'm sorry I can't hear you over the sound of how awesome I am. So I wanted you to kind of eliminate any kind of arrogance and gossip. A lot of great leaders get taken out inside of network marketing by acting like they've all of a sudden earned something. Because you've gotten to a certain pin level or distributorship rank, or you did a training or you spoke on stage, this certain level of arrogance or superiority comes on that leader. And that is a great way to start having people leave the organization. The second that you think that your team and your distributors should start serving you and you can sit back and do nothing, or that you have earned the right to do that, that's when you've just made a terrible shift, not only in mindset, but in action taking as well. So be aware of this level of arrogance and gossip, and try to manage this, or not necessarily manage, but just try to eliminate it in some of your budding leaders as well. Make them aware of this, because the way that you do well in network marketing is by serving a lot of people and helping a lot of people move towards their individual personal goals and what they're trying to get uniquely as being a part of your team and in the organization. So more with this is your downline, your team members are not employees. They don't work for you. They're more like, I'd like you to think of them more as a volunteer army, meaning they can choose to show up for battle today, or they cannot, and there is nothing that you can do about it. And you have to be okay with that. Network marketing, they always say, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, right? You have other people and uplines to support you and that kind of thing, but recognize here that you can't control people and tell them what to do or punish them for not doing things. That's not good leadership. That's not how you get more production out of people. That's how you repel them and get them away. That's squeezing, that's control. So recognize that people are going to go and stay where they are celebrated and where they are praised, not where they are bashed and criticized and tried to and controlled. So they're a volunteer army, right? So you got to treat people the right way. Right? And then this is a big one for me. Be real, be authentic, right? People want to be around people who are genuine, not who, I'm painfully smiling through another presentation at your living room, right? Be real. Don't tell lies. Don't tell fake testimonials. Don't show fake anything, right? People are going to also catch on to what you're doing. And if you're really walking the walk, if you're talking the talk. So be real. This is some of my team members, some of the people that I have worked with over the years. And I love these guys, especially this guy, Steve Krivda, in the middle with the green shirt, one of my best friends coming to my wedding here in the upcoming new year. So create team culture. Create team culture. What is it that you stand for? A lot of teams in my current company now, they have like their own unique little names. They have like their own little mottos and hashtags and things like that. And that's great. You want some common mission, some common vision that people can stand for, that can kind of rally around, right? So creating that culture, and part of that in your team is really going to increase retention as well, because then the vision is not just their own piece that they want. Like, I want to make a few $100 to pay my utility bills. They're now buying into something bigger than themselves, and you have bought into it, and your next team member has bought into it, and your other team member has bought into it. So now your culture is now bought into a collective vision that you're all moving towards, and that creates culture and community and bonding as well. And some of those things right there are going to keep people in the game just because they want to be part of the team, and they like how they feel when they're with these other people. Okay. This is one I encourage you to adopt as well, the big team mentality. I first learned this in my first network marketing company back in 2009. The big team mentality is basically help everybody. Now we do this inside of our team, whether you're upline, downline, crossline, no line, we try to help you and make sure that you're going to have results. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're investing hours and hours and hours of coaching and mentoring into you if you're not a personal distributor, but it does mean at a minimum we're pointing, guiding, and directing you to the place where you can get help and can get resources and your questions answered. A lot of times that is customer support. It is your team resource center, is a team trading site, or a social media support group that you have, right? And by doing this, you'll increase your retention as well, because a lot of times people leave because they feel that they're not getting support or they don't have a good upline. I really hate that reasoning, that question too, that, oh, I don't have a great upline. A lot of people wouldn't recognize a great upline if they had one anyway. So realize that you don't need very much to succeed in network marketing. It's very low barrier to entry. There's not very much required to do. You get eyeballs on presentations, sign them up, and that kind of stuff. I will teach you some advanced tactics as we go on, and that my one-on-one coaching clients get those kind of advanced tactics and strategies as well. So next topic, don't be a jumper. What does that mean? You see a lot of leaders, not a lot, but you'll see some leaders, every 6 to 12 months jumping into a new deal, a new company, saying, there's the ground floor opportunity. There's not even 1,000 people in this company now. You can be at the top. Don't jump. One of the things that I think has helped me build successful organizations and an online following is that I've only been in a few companies, and the only reasons that I left one company out of an integrity issue. There's some stuff the company was doing that I just couldn't stand for, and they ended up going out of business eventually anyway. And then the other company, my first company, merged into another one, which I just merged over. So if you look at those, I've been in, what's that, 3? That's 3 companies total, and none of them were really by me hopping or jumping. when you do that, you have to start all over. You have to start momentum over. And anytime you transition or mergers even happen, you lose a ton of distributors. You lose a ton of customers. When my first company merged into the second one, I lost over 90% of my downline and had to start over and rebuild. That was just in a merger, not necessarily a calculated strategic jump, but still. Don't be a jumper. It's just not good leadership, and you don't appear as that rock. You don't appear stable, and you're not necessarily performing as best as you can if you have to keep jumping into a new deal every so often. It means that you're easily swayed, right? And you want to be a rock. You want to build a strong, long-term income and healthy organization. All right, duplicatable system. A lot of companies have great training, great systems. Always start with there. Use the company training. It's there for a reason. Other people are having success and results doing it and using it. Use it. If you guys don't have one, create it. What's currently working for you? Create some very simple, easy to watch, duplicatable trainings, or make a team training site. I do this with some of my one-on-one clients, give them resources to use and kind of do that. Now, this part, I'm big on using what is already provided for the company by the company. If you can create trainings using those company tools and resources, that's going to be a lot better. If you're an online builder and you guys do like Facebook recruiting or Instagram recruiting, make some trainings or buy some courses and share those amongst your team. One of the greatest ways that I've built in network marketing and online is doing Facebook recruiting, right? My entire team has duplicated using Facebook recruiting strategies. It's very simple, very easy to do. This one is cool too. Be willing to travel to your leaders. And I've said it like this: once a leader in another area has 50 distributors or customers, I prefer distributors in an area. Have them do like a Super Saturday or like a big meeting, and be willing to travel there. You be the big shot guy coming in to do that local meeting for that team member. Because what this is going to do is it's going to build your relationship with them. It's also going to get you a lot more recruits when they promote and lead up to another event that's not necessarily like a company event, like a corporate event or Super Saturday or annual convention or anything like that. Start creating your own. So traveling to your leaders is also true on a local level. If you have people duplicating in home and doing home meetings, like rock that, support them, right? I'm a big fan of doing things online and doing online webinars and traveling to your leaders that way via the internet. But if you want to be physically present with people, do that. This is a picture of me and my buddy Tito. I met Tito in my first company, still a great friend of mine, still would love to do some more business and stuff with him. But he was actually the ¡1 income earner in the entire country of Canada. I met him online, and I've seen Tito in all different parts of the country, and just really happy to call him my friend and support him in his business over the years as well. So guys, be willing to travel to your leaders. You never know what that might produce for them and what kind of results and success they'll have by your personal presence being there. Tito and his wife, Davi, are already rock stars, and they just killed it and crush it without me. I'm very thankful to have them be part of my team. Tap rooting. Guys, I think this is number 12. This is probably one of the best bullet points on this whole thing. Tap rooting. I would encourage you to do some research on this too. I can do a whole training on this one topic. But tap rooting is kind of like this. As soon as you enroll a new distributor, you want to get in front of their other people as quickly as possible. Let's say I sign up John today. John signs up. John, who do you know that you think this would be a good fit for? Oh, my buddy Mary. Okay, what's Mary's number? Let's invite her right now down to the coffee shop. Okay, Mary, I'm starting something new. I'm really excited about it. Can you meet me for a cup of coffee right now? I have something I have to share with you. It's very important. Sure, I'll come right down. Then you and your distributor and Mary meet, and you show her the presentation. Try to get her in as quickly as possible. And then you jump with Mary. You start working with Mary, do the same thing. Mary, who can we show this to? Oh, my sister Susan. All right, let's get Sister Susan down here to the coffee shop. Sister Susan shows up. Let's sign her up. Now you start working with Sister Susan. Sister Susan, who can we get this presentation in front of? Whose would be a good fit? Oh, Cousin Tommy. All right, let's call Cousin Tommy. Let's get in front of him. So you get it. You basically want to work with each new distributor. Get them 1 or 2 signups so they at least have like paid back part of their membership, or they're on the way. They made some money. They got some people in the team. That's going to keep them in and get them keep the retention up. And then also, what this creates is it creates a little bit of momentum, which is contagious. Now, creating momentum this way is powerful because you are the person that's kind of driving it and leading the charge. You're working with each new person. You're not teaching them to duplicate and work with their each new people. You're the one running down the downline with each new person, and you're really growing some strong roots in your downline by helping them get some basic teams built, and you're driving deep. You're building depth in this, and that's one of the ways to create sustainable income inside of our industry is to build depth. And tap rooting is a concept that you can achieve that with. It's very, very powerful, very, very effective. And I'll have to do some more trainings on this concept here in the future. But attend events. Oh, guys, this is one of the most underrated ways to increase retention inside of your business. Not only just you attending events, but getting as many as your distributors and your team members to the events as well. This is going to be really powerful. It builds a lot of camaraderie. It builds a lot of belief. And when your people are believing that they can do it, they're going to start taking action. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to an event and then boom, I redrank the Kool-Aid and started taking action and getting results. And a lot of my team does as well, right? It just so much, there's a lot of unspoken, intangible things that I believe happen at events, and people that you meet and just speaking with the leaders there already are going to do a lot of things for you and your team as well. So attend events, and I don't care if you have to get a ton of people in carpool there, or you got to have 8 people in one hotel room. Get them to the events. It's going to be powerful, and it's one of the most underrated things that you can do to build your organization and increase retention. Okay, hold contests. I don't know about you guys, but maybe it's certain personality types, but I love contests. This is a picture of me and my buddy Steve Krivda. Our company held a contest to get on an exclusive team called the National Expansion Team, where we were responsible for growing our new company, not only internationally, but all across the United States. We were part of the company's first national expansion team, and we did that we got on that team by producing in a contest, right? It was pay to play kind of thing. The more people that you recruited, you got to get put on this team. So it was really only the people that were producing that did this, and the contest got us to, I think we went to Texas here when I was living in Florida. So I think we got a trip to Texas, and we got some top level training by one of the founders of Herbalife here. So holding contests to win trips or exclusive trainings or like VIP days with certain distributors or trainers, those things create little fires, little bursts of growth, and also very good for retention as well. Share testimonials and stories. This is really, really big. It's really key, sharing testimonials and stories. One of the ways that I answer a lot of objections is by saying, you know what, I don't know all about that, but what I do know is that my friend Lisa is a single mom, and all she did is she followed the company training, and she just earned her BMW, and she's now doing she's now earning enough money that she's replaced her real estate income, and all she does is follow this company training. So I don't know about, but you might want to just give this a try, right? So I answer a lot of objections by sharing stories and testimonials with people, and I like this this strategy as well, because I find it as a biblical principle as well. Revelations 12:11 says, they triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of their testimony, right? They did not love their lives so much as to shrink from death. The part here I like is they triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, right? So we win, we overcome by sharing testimonials here. Now, this is a biblical concept talking about something else, but how talking about how they're attacked by the enemy, by the devil here. But so they're resting in what Christ has done for us through salvation, and those stories and testimonies of others overcoming him as well. So the same thing is true here. We overcome objections, we overcome doubt, we overcome insecurity by sharing testimonials and stories. And a lot of this happens at events. Another great reason to attend events, right? Share testimonials and stories. You'll have a whole backpack of ammo that you can use out in the field when you're recruiting, okay? Maybe I said this one already, but you never want to bash your team members. Don't rebuke, don't criticize, don't put down any of your team members, especially in front of other people. That is a fast way to get them to quit and get them to give up. Nobody likes to feel bad about themselves or be criticized or do that kind of stuff. Instead, and my first sponsor was really good at this. Instead of criticizing me, he showed me ways to do things better. He never even told me that the thing that I was doing was wrong or bad. He just showed me, here's another way that you can have even better results. Or you want this result? Okay, let me show you something that will, double that kind of result. And this was a really positive way for me to move forward and not feel like I was put down or belittled or bashed by my sponsor or other team members. So please don't do this. It's just not healthy. And what that happens too is it starts spreading to other team members too, and then it turns into gossip. And think about this, downline, right? If you pour poison at the top of a stream, where's that poison going to flow? Downstream. If you do that at the top of your organization, it's going to flow downline, downstream. So don't bash that stuff, because poison always flows downstream, right? Don't become a manager. What do I say this? It doesn't mean the rank. Some companies have the term manager in their rank, but what I mean is don't stop personally producing. So second you stop personally producing and start managing other people, you have switched mentalities, and you have switched roles into let me sit back and let me help you produce, and you become the fat cat guy in the room. And this is not something that moves, touches, and inspires your people to do more. You want to be in the field and be recruiting, be in action, and lead by example. What gets your attention up and gets people into action is you personally taking action. You overcoming adversity, setbacks, delays, people quitting, rejection, negative mindset. When you lead by example and show people that it is possible, that is much more effective than getting to a certain rank, stopping and sitting back and helping others to get there. Don't ever stop going, right? Always be moving forward. Bring other people with you, right? Show them, lead that example as well. But don't become a manager and sit back and fall into that trap. Okay? Leading by example is just powerful in of itself. It's always going to show people what is possible and the type of integrity and value that you have as well. So ask yourself this question: who would you want leading you? Would you want the person that is out there playing big, getting the big results, that has a big team, that is a trainer, that has the results, that walks across stage, that cares about his people, that does conference calls, that does all the kind of good stuff? Would you want that type of person leading you? Yeah, well, so you definitely would. So you need to be that person and become that person too. Be real, as one of my tips gave before. Be real and be authentic, but lead by example. I don't tell people what to do if I haven't personally done it or experienced it. If I am sharing those kind of tips, I'm going to reference where I got it from or where I learned it from. Okay, you want to lead by the example that you're having. So if you're telling people overcome objections by saying this, you should probably have done that too by saying that same thing, right? Or if you tell people this is how you increase retention, do these things, you know, like for example, that I'm training you today, these retention building things, I've done these things. This is how I know these things, right? You want to lead by example and give people that personal experience with it as well. Right. So guys, hope you enjoyed my presentation today. If you'd like to, you know, work with me a little bit more, even in one-on-one in a group setting, you're married to your company, or you're just looking to generate more leads, build your online presence, any kind of thing like that, I want you to go to rongilak.com /apply. And I'm going to give you a free 30-minute discovery call where I want to talk with you. I want to help you move into the desired results in lifestyle and business that you're currently trying to move. I don't know exactly what that is for you until I speak with you, but I want to try to remove some hindrances and some blocks that you may experience, whether that's working with me or not. I want to point you on the right direction and help you get more results and help you move your business and your life forward. So head on over to rongilak.com /apply. Fill out a short little application. I'll give you a call in the next 48 hours to help you out. God bless. Have an awesome night.